Hello, my name is Andrew and welcome to my channel. First of all, I want to mention that this channel is pretty new. As for me, I'm a pretty experienced World of Tanks player, but I play on CIS region. So I wanted to share with you some nasty info about shots and last shots made on enemy tanks in this game. I was interested how and why. It seems to me like if someone has a pretty low HP, which definitely in range of my alpha strike of my tank, how it will or not destroy enemy tank. So I gathered my 2160 shots made only with AP, APCR and so on shells. I doesn't include here penetrations using HE shells. So this is straightforward non-HP data. What we see here, that we have pretty nice bell-shaped curve, which tells us that damage in our game has a normal distribution and almost nothing out of special. But as we will see a bit later, we will see that we have some oddities here. So in general, when we making a lot of shots, our data is looking pretty good. So it's simple, normal distribution, nothing out of special. But if we are trying to look a bit deeper, and when we look here, what we see? So what does this all data mean? So this is damage I made with my tank. Here you can see name of the tank, but they are not translated, so just in case, they almost like they can be read like Sinlock, ELC even 90, but take in mind that in example this tank, this is Sheridan tier 10 light USA tank. So it's called XM551, but I'm sorry, I didn't translate it to normal names. So what have I written here? My current shell damage, alpha strike, and damage I made. And this damage is made to the enemy with so much HP. So I was making a shot to enemy tank which had 141 HP, and I made 133 damage to it. And this column is just a measure what alpha strike I made, like a distribution. All we know that we have plus or minus 25% in all random values like accuracy, penetration, damage. That's why I use this info. So if we sort all of these shots, and we will have 152 shots. What we see here? We see here a large deviation to the left side of this histogram, which tells us that if some tank has more than 103% of your current alpha, so in example, your alpha strike is 100 and this tank has more than 103 HP, so like 100% this is your base damage, 125% this is maximum damage, and 75% lowest damage possible. So this last shot, almost never. You have only 7% or about 7% chance to destroy enemy tank which has a bit more than your alpha strike HP. Is this conspiracy theory? No, this is raw data, and you can find this document in the description. You can ask comments and I will answer a question more carefully, what all of this number means, and so on and so on and so on. But take in mind that this thing is done by Wargaming to like increase probability of survival of tanks. This works also for your side. So here I don't take in account any like deviation for VN8 statistics or win rate and so on and so on. This is like raw data and shots from my tanks to any enemy tank. And what I see is that if someone have more HP left than your alpha strike, you almost never will one-shot them. This will happen, but not so often. That's why this histogram is very shifted to the left, and you never make any damage, almost never, which is greater than your alpha strike when you are trying to destroy an enemy. How to use this data? Well, pretty straightforward. This data tells you that you can just count on it, and you know if someone has a bit more HP than your alpha strike, so you will need 2 shots. You definitely will need 2 shots. Almost always you will have to shoot it once, make a penetration, reload, and destroy it. That's all. As for other tabs, this data is sorted for several tanks with alpha strike, HP left, current damage, distribution of damage done by this tank, and this, like I said, well, pretty nice bell-shaped curves, like it would be, but just a bit more comprehensible to analyze it in this way. So like this is data regarding only through 130 PM, or this data is for ELC even 90, and so on. If you would like to investigate this data more, as I said, leave comments. I will try to answer them or make another video with more detailed explanation how I gathered this info, how do I account for all of these values, and so on and so on and so on. But first of all, don't forget to subscribe, leave likes, and leave comments. See you later. Goodbye.